So you've got about 7 minutes left. So if you want to start thinking about opening up 1, 2, 7 and 8 for sprint lanes, we can move on from there. 1, 2, 7 and 8 is your sprint lanes. Got about 7 minutes left of this warm up, and then hopefully we can get the party started for this afternoon. Is that okay? It's too loud.
I don't know. Am I on 1? Are you on 2? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, you're on that one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's too loud, man. Too loud. Too loud. You, yeah. No, that was you. That. You're on 1. I'm on 2. You just got a loud voice. That's right.
So just 5 minutes left of this warm-up. Just have a quick chat on the Twitter feed. Remember to let us know how you're getting on Twitter. You can send us a tweet, hashtag LanksChamps18 at Swim Lancashire. Kaylee Miller has tweeted in. Good luck to Jack Parkinson from Fleetwood in the 100 metres breaststroke this afternoon, so good luck to Jack. Remember the results on live streaming will be there soon. Actually, the live streaming should be starting in the next 5-10 minutes. swimlancashire.org.uk/live. You can also find the results at that website too. Just 4 minutes left now of this warm-up. So you're down to your last minute now, girls, and then we can get this this afternoon session 6 started at the Lancashire County Championships 2018 here at the Manchester Aquatic Centre. So about 30 seconds left now for you girls. Last couple of dives in, that'll be great. Okay, so if we can start thinking about cleaning the pool now, that'll be great, please. We can get started. The officials are starting to assemble on the pool side. We'd like to get started in the next 2 or 3 minutes. That'll be wonderful. We might need some swimmers soon. Hopefully they're all assembling in and marshalling for the first event, which will be the men's 100 metres breaststroke this afternoon. Pool's now just clearing, that's great. Officials are now about seated. We'll just get the thumbs up from down the bottom and we'll be able to start shortly.
Just before we get started this afternoon, just a list of events. We've got 6:01, which is the men's 100 metres breaststroke. 6:02 is the women's 10 years and over 50 metres butterfly. 6:03 is the men's 400 metres freestyle. And 6:04 to 6:17 are the finals from the events of this afternoon, which will be the men's 100 metres breaststroke and also the women's 50 metres butterfly. Just before we get going, in the interest of fair play, we ask that you set to silent all mobile phones and pages, as if one should activate during or before the race, it may jeopardise an athlete's position. We also ask you to complete silence and no flash photography when the athletes are signalled to call to their blocks. We thank you in advance for your cooperation and hope you have a very, very good afternoon. First event this afternoon is event 6:01, which is the boys 10 years and over 100 metres butterfly. There are 15 heats, and as we do, start with heat number 1.
Here we go. So we're underway here on event 6:01. It's the men's 10 years and over 100 metres breaststroke. As Mark said, there are 15 heats. This is heat 1. Swimming here for Manchester Aquatics in lane number 3, it's Liam Hardy. Southport's Jack Duff is in lane 4. And representing Everton in lane number 5 is Alex Blackburn. It's very, very, very tight here on this first heat between Jack Duff, Alex Blackburn, Southport and Everton, currently at the moment. So we've got these two 11-year-olds here battling, which hopefully they can get under 140. Let's see how they go. They're not far off, just 5 metres to go, and just touching it now is Everton swimmer Alex Blackburn, lane number 5, just getting that touch there. 139.27, 140.51 for Jack. Watching him here for Liam Hardy to come in. So we've already got two personal bests just outside, Liam just outside his time, 157.22. There's your 1, 2, 3 on that first heat, ready for heat number 2. So we're on to heat 2, and we'll keep the TV theme going. So in 1 we have Joel Thompson from Southport. In 2 it's Dylan Foster, also of Southport. In 3 it's Annan Clark of Lancaster. And in 4 it's Finley Pope of Bolton Metro. In 5 it's Nicholas Bracegirdle, Leyland Barracudas. And in 6, it's Panagiotis Angelakis, Isle of Man. And in lane number 7, it's Oliver Crooks, Bolton Metro. And 31st halfway there, it looks like it is. It's Annan Clark, Lancaster, 43.96. Halfway, 50 metres gone. But he is being put under pressure, it looks like there. Lane 4, that's Finley Pope now coming through. Bolton Metro actually having a great storm in, had a good turn. And has a good 25 metres now and has taken up the charge. He's not giving up though yet. Annan Clark, Lancaster. These two are going for it neck and neck. Just 5 metres to go, and just check out lane 4. It's Finley Pope, Bolton Metro. Looks like he might just get that touch. He does ahead of Annan Clark. And it looked like it was lane 5. Nicholas Bracegirdle, Leyland Barracudas touched in 3rd place. We'll just wait for confirmation of the results. Well, the results, heat number 3.
And so as we get this Heat 3 underway, we've got Ryan Potter from Blackpool. And he's in lane 1. Joshua Walker from City of Manchester in 2. Luke Found of City of Salford in 3. Matthew Charlesworth from Garstang in 4. Charlie Collins, Wigan Best in 5. George Wilby from Carnforth in 6. Sol Sharp from Great Harwood in 7. And Eric Inman from Preston in lane number 8. It's Matthew Charlesworth, 42.88. He turns first from Ryan Potter and Eric Inman, either side of the pool. And when you look at it, there actually doesn't look as though there's much between them. Just Matthew, probably about a body length lead over what would be the first 4 places. It's, lanes 1 and 2, Ryan Potter, Joshua Walker. It look as though they're coming back, but it is going to be Matthew that's going to hold on as we go into the last 5 metres. It's going to be Matthew from Joshua, from Ryan, and then Charlie Collins. And there we have the confirmation of the result as we move on to heat number 4. off we go in this heat number 4. And we've got Ethan Coleman from Blackburn in lane number 1. In lane number 2, Robbie Bishop from Southport. Lane 3, Leonardo Defoe from the Isle of Man. In 4, Christopher Bellard from Prescott. 5, Harvey Kinnear from Preston. 6, Robert Littler, Leyland Barracudas. Daniel Canavan from Aquabez in 7. And Jack Hefflestone from Leyland Barracudas in lane 8. And it's Robbie Bishop from Southport. That's he turned first, 41.29. But only about half a second afterwards is Christopher Bellard from Prescott. And as we come down into this final 25, there's not much between them. A vast difference in strokes. Very long glide by Robbie Bishop. Short, punchy stroke by Christopher Bellard. But as we say, it's going to be all on the touch as they come into the last 5 metres. It's Christopher that got it. Christopher Bellard, Robbie Bishop, Ethan Coleman. They were the 1, 2, 3. And there's the result as we move on to heat number 5.
So on to heat 5, 100 metres breaststroke. We have Salford swimmer in lane 1, that's Nathan Hoey. City of Manchester's Benjamin Houghton in 2. Ronnie Cavalli-Sumner, Great Harwood in 3. Max Delaney of Leyland Barracuda swimming in 4, with Ormskirk's Harrison Knight in lane 5. Swimming for Blackpool Aquatics in lane 6 is Maxwell Sturziker, William Havers-Strong of Burnley Bobcats in 7, and Alexander Valkeroy, City of Salford in lane number 8. But turning first, Max Delaney, Leyland Barracudas, 39.72. That's a bit of a lead there on the rest of the field. Nathan Hoey's lane 1's turned in second, with Ronnie Calvert-Sumner, Great Harwood in third currently. But that's the your 1, 2, 3. Lane 7's looking strong, as his name, Havers-Strong, Burnley Bobcats. Just stretching out a lead in this heat. That's Max Delaney, Leyland Barracudas. There's nothing between the rest of the field. 1, 2, 3, 5 and 7. Howie, Horton, Calvley-Sumner, Knight and Strong. Who's going to get that touch? It is William Havers-Strong, Burnley Bobcats. Touches second from Harrison Knight, Ormskirk third. But well done, Max. 1:23.94. Just wait for those results. Say when the results come up, we can start heat number 6. Good start there. Lane 5, that's the pioneer swimmer, Rhys Griffiths. Got off to a bit of a flying start. Great dive. Lovely underwater technique. Last to break the water. Leading the field so far. Tobias Pilkington, Bobcats in 1. Lancaster Daniel Leach in 2. Samuel Curran, a pioneer, 3. Isaac Quarry, also a Lancaster, in lane number 4. Rhys Griffiths, Pioneer 79 in 5, Tom Arkwright, Leyland Barracudas 6, George Cookson Carnforth in 7, Jack Parkinson, Fleetwood in lane 8. All North Lancashire, all quite local clubs to each other there. North Lancs in the pool, All looking very close, but it is Isaac Quarry from Lancaster at the moment, leading this from Tom Arkwright and then George Cookson, but there's nothing much between all of them. Bit of inter-team rivalry here, a bit of a Lancashire rivalry from the North Lancashire lot teams, all on show. Who's going to get this touch? It's looking strong though in the middle still, Isaac Quarry, Lancaster. I think he's going to get the touch on this one. Check out lane 2. Daniel Leach had a storm in 25. George Cookson might just get the second. It's Isaac Quarry from George Cookson, Daniel Leach. That's your 1, 2, 3. That was heat 6. Just wait for those results ready for heat number 7.
As we get the heat number 7 underway, in lane number 1 we've got William Bridgeford from City of Salford, Daniel Davies from Crosby in 2, Patrick Donnelly from Everton in lane 3, William Birch from Clitheroe in 4, Adam Scrutton from Ormskirk in 5, Finlay Macon from City of Manchester in 6, Lewis Crosby from Stretford in lane 7, and Charles Kelly from Southport, he's in lane number 8, and at the turn it's William Bridgeford from Patrick Donnelly and Lewis Crosby. And they're probably about a body length's lead, those three, in front of the rest. And as we come down into the final 50 metres, it looks as though it's William Bridgeford over on the far side in lane number 1 that's just got the slight lead over Patrick Donnelly. And as we come down into the touch, it is William Bridgeford from Patrick Donnelly from Lewis Crosby. And it was like that at the turn, stays like that at the end. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to heat number 8. Very, very good underwater technique there by Ethan Romali from Pioneer 79 down here in lane number 7. It looks as though it might be Joseph Burns though, over in lane number 3, that actually looks as though he might just have the edge on everybody else. We've got swimmers all in one line. No change. And Conor Dunkley, City of Manchester, turning in 36.77, but only about a second and a half that separates everybody. There's nothing at all. And as we come down into the final 25, it looks like Conor Dunkley that's having the best of this second half of the race. Still nothing between them though, between himself and Joseph Burns. But as we come under the flags, it's going to be Conor Dunkley from Joseph Burns, and then Christopher Walker. I'll wait for the confirmation, and there we have it. Confirmation of that result, which means we move on to heat number 9. Yeah, great swim there from Conor Dunkley in that heat, swimming in lane 5.
Had a tweet from Tracy saying good luck to Connor from the City of Manchester in the 100 breast, which he has done. Let's see how well you do also in the 400 free, but well done there to Connor. So on to the next heat. That's being Heat 9. We have Thomas Baines, Pioneer 79. Southport's Mason Galley in 2. Jacob Scott, Wigan Best in 3. Ormskirk's Joshua Maitland 4. Thomas Dugdale of Carnworth in 5. In lane 6 for Orca is Lewis Mailer. Ryan Saunders of Salford in 7. Matthew Spencer Southport in lane number 8. But it's Joshua Maitland, Ormskirk 35.08 is turned first from Lewis Mailer of Orca, and it looks like, Thomas Dugdale Carnforth, third place currently in this heat. Still out in front, it's the Ormskirk swimmer, that's Joshua Maitland. But being put under pressure now in lane 6, that's Lewis Mailer, the Orca swimmer. Battle for third is right across the board, looking strong on the far side. Thomas Baines, Jacob Scott, near side here, lane 5. You've got Thomas Dugdale and Ryan Saunders. But touching first, Joshua Maitland, 1:16.68 from Lewis Mailer. Ryan Saunders touches in third, just pipping out Jacob Scott, Wigan Best. That was Heat 9. Just wait for those results. Heat number 10. So we have Mason Barnsley Fowler, Leyland Barracudas in 1, Dominic Tester O'Neill Ramsbottom 2, City Liverpool swimmer Tyree Smith in 3, in lane 4 for Liverpool Penguins Joseph Tilling, his teammate Joshua Morrison in lane number 5, Jake Wisser Ormskirk in 6, Liverpool's Daniel O'Brien in 7, and Patrick Braddock. Happy birthday, 14th birthday to Patrick Braddock, swimming for Oldham Aquatics. So Liam Rogers has tweeted, good luck to Joshua Morrison, doing everyone proud. Let's see how well you can do on this one. In lane 5, representing Liverpool Penguins. He's turned third in this heat. He's trailing City Liverpool swimmer Tyree Smith and Jake Wissett of Ormskirk at the moment. Nothing much between all 8 of them as they're coming down with just 15 metres to go. Still out in front, though, it's Tyree Smith of Liverpool being hard pressed now by Joseph Tilling. Joshua Morrison now battling hard, but check out Daniel O'Brien, Liverpool Penguins. And it is Tyree Smith, 1:15.74 from Joseph Tilling. Daniel O'Brien coming in, touching thirds. That was Heat 10. When we see the results, there they go. Heat 11.
And as we go down this first 50, lane 4, Bailey Boyd Ost from Aquabears. Seems to just have the slight lead over Lewis Peak, with Fraser Cook down here in lane number 8 from Southport. Staying up with him. Next to him, Bradley Lowry from City of Manchester, not far behind. But it is still Bailey Boyd Ost from Aquabears that's probably got the slight lead. Well, Fraser Cook is coming through strong. Well, as we come into the last 15 metres, there isn't much between the first 3. Who's going to get it? I'm not too sure. And it's going to be on the touch as we come into the last 5. It is Bailey Boyd Ost from Fraser Cook from Bradley Lowry. And there we have the confirmation of that 1, 2, 3 as we move on to Heat 12. And in this heat, in this heat 12, in lane 1 we've got Benjamin Havers Strong from the Burnley Bobcats. He's in lane number 1. Ben Makin, who's had a bit of a busy day today, so has Benjamin, they both have swum lots of events. Well, they both have events this morning, I think, and made the finals. And they're swimming this afternoon. That's Ben Makin, Pioneer 79 in 2. Luke Hoey from City of Salford in 3. Ben Turland from Pioneer 79. And the voice is Tom Jones. He's swimming in lane number 5. Toby Ranson, City of Manchester in 6. Samuel Taylor from City of Manchester in 7. And William Nengu from Bolton Metro in lane number 8. But it's very, very even. It looks like it might be Toby Ranson. He's going to take it in lane 6. It's going to be very, very close. It's Luke Hoey from Ben Turland in lanes 3 and 4. So that was the 1, 2 and 3. Obviously that wasn't the Tom Jones. And then we have the result from the heat 12, heat 13.
No, that other Tom Jones, not the swimmer, the one who sings a little bit. I think he's on The Voice tonight. We'll be there hopefully to watch that tonight. Anyway, keep your tweets coming in. Remember, hashtag LancsChamps18 at Swim Lancashire. Enelin Dodd has tweeted, good luck to Badger and Ed in their 50 fly race later on this afternoon from their Estonian grandma. So good luck. Hopefully they are watching on the live stream. Remember, swimlancashire.org.uk/live. You can watch all the racing here on the live stream. But we are into Heat 13. And we have Preston's Nathan Holmes, Dakota Vitelli, Burley Bobcats, Salford's Marcus Day, Preston's Kinan Young, Jack Roberts for Liverpool Penguins, Matthew Martin Preston, Jack Reynolds from Bolton Metro, and from the Isle of Man, it's Ewan Makachuri. But shrieking out in front from Preston, it's Keenan Young. 107.05 from Marcus Day and Jack Roberts. So Heat 14's been a battle of the clubs. We got 3 Salford swimmers in the pool here, so it's a good time to read out Jenny Hibbs's tweet. Go Team Salford. There's 3 of them in there to cheer. So we have in lane 2 James Duncan, Ben McAvoy in 6, and in lane 7 Luke Adams, all representing Salford. Arch rivals in 4, 5 and 7, Jack O'Brien, Samuel Goldrick and Jamie Ingram from Manchester Aquatics, and 2 Preston swimmers. Hopefully they might spoil the party for Salford and Manchester on Jack Howard and Dean Heaps. But at the moment it's Jack O'Brien, City of Manchester turning first from his teammate Samuel Goldrick, and the Preston swimmer Dean Heaps is 3rd, with Salford's Ben McAvoy in 4th at the moment, but still stretching the 2 Manchester swimmers. Jack O'Brien, Sam Goldrick. There's your 1 and 2. 3rd place looks Cestershire in this. That's Dean Heaps. And it's just a battle for the minor place. It's all about the times and the touch. There we go. 106.65. Jack O'Brien from Samuel Goldrick, Dean Heaps, Ben McAvoy, Luke Adams. That was Heat 14. Last heat, I'll hand you over to Mark for Heat 15.
As we set off in this last heat of the men's 100 breaststroke, flying down this first 50 is Robert Cowley from the city of Manchester, closely followed by Joseph Murray, 30.02. It's a phenomenal time. I think there's some young freestylers that would actually be very happy with that time. I'm sure I would be, even on freestyle rather than breaststroke. And as we come down into the final 15 meters, it's Robert Cowley. Fantastic swim by himself. And he touched his first 1:04.87. Phenomenal. From Joseph Murray and Alistair Stout. And all respectable times, and there we have the result for Heat 15, which brings us to the end of event 601, the men's 10 years and over 100 metres breaststroke. Our next event is event 602, which is the women's 10 years and over 50 metres butterfly. There are 25 heats, and we start with heat number 1. And off we go in this first heat. We've got Eleanor Cross from Wigan Best in 1, Libby Grosstock from Salford in 2, Caitlin Jones from Preston in 3, Lucy Parsons from Prescott in 4, Nicole Lomas from Bolton Metro in 5, Layla Morris from Wigan Best in 6, and Heather Moore from Southport in lane number 7, but it looks as though it's Nicole Lomas in lane number 5 that's going to get the touch, and she does. 36.50 from Lucy Parsons and Heather Moore. As we wait for the confirmation of that result, and there we go as we move on to heat number 2. In lane 1, Lauren Cusick from Aquabears. Lane 2 is Elizabeth Waddington from Clitheroe. 3 is Mia Burslam. Holmeskirk, Robin Jacobs from City of Manchester in 4. Grace Lackey from Wigan Best in 5. Nia Stewart, City of Salford in 6. Abigail Turner from Flixton in 7. Caitlin Wilson from Clitheroe in lane number 8. And it looks as though the far side, actually lane 1, Elizabeth Warrington and Lauren Cusack. It is Lauren that takes it, 36.43. And there we have the confirmation of the result as we move on swiftly to heat number 3. We go in heat number 3, and we've got Linda McCabe from Flixton, Emily Moss from Pioneer 79, Abby Myers, Leyland Barracudas, Ava Reaney Blees from City of Salford in 4, and Georgia Eccles, Pioneer in 5, Jess Batty from Bolton Metro in 6, Madison Wrens from Crosby in 7, and Millie Webber from Wigan Best in lane number 8, but it looks like lane number 3, Abby Myers from Leyland Barracudas, maybe? It is. From Madison Wrens, from Emily Moss. And there we have the confirmation of the result as we move on to heat number 4.
All 8 swimmers in the pool. Heat 4 there. We got Canty of Southport, Bazagi of Bolton Metro, Hollands, Pioneer 79, Ball and Southport, Dodd of Bobcats, Carnes of Bury and Elton, Hollywood of Barracudas, and Geohagen of Bobcats. Looking strong at the moment. Looks like lane 2. That's Lisa Bazagi of Bolton Metro. Looks like she might get the touch. Under pressure though from Southport. Hannah Canty in lane 1. Let's see who's going to get first, and it is Lisa Bazagi, Bolton Metro from Hannah Canty. Erica Rose, Dodd, Burnley Bobcats gets the touch in 3rd place. All great times there. Heat 5. Lane 6, Francesca Brady, Wigan Best, last to come out of the water, but nothing much between them. At the moment, looking strong, it's the 2 Salford swimmers in 7 and 8, Ella Bloxage and Molly Harwood. Them 2 seem to be setting the pace at the moment. Lane 4's just coming through. That look, check out Emilio Elliott, Leyland Barracudas and Isabel Evans, Southport in lane 5. Let's see who can get that touch first, and it is Ella Bloxage. City of Salford 34-27 from Isabel Evans and Amiel Elliott, Leyland Barracudas. Moving on to heat number 6. Daniel Brady Munro, Leyland Barracudas, was first to break the water in lane number 8. Still in contention, nothing much between them. Looking strong though, it looks like it's Sienna Renz of Crosby in lane 3. He's looking good at the moment. Elena Kay, Bottle Metro, Amaria Hawk and Natalia Bonfield in the middle there, 6-7. It's going to get that touch first, and it is Sienna Renz. Crosby 33-46 from Eleanor Kay, Bolton Metro, Natalia Bonifield, City of Salford. Heat 7.
First to break the water was Amy White from Everton, down here in lane number 8. Next to her is Ella Roberts from Prescott. 6 is Rebecca Ward from Leyland Barracudas. Eva Knox from Wigan Best in 5. Jessica Smith from Flixton in 4. Daisy May Lewis from Flixton in 3. And in lane 1, Jessica Pennyfold from Southport. And as we come into the last 5 metres, it's going to be Jessica Smith from Jessica Pennyfold and Daisy May Lewis. And there we have the confirmation of the results. Heat 8. And in this Heat 8, in lane 1, we've got Megan Smith, Leyland Barracudas, Maisie Lurchers from Bolton Metro in 2, Elizabeth Waring from Lancaster in 3, Hannah Wang from Stretford in 4, Lauren Bailey Holt from Salford in 5, Elise Bruns, Liverpool Penguin in 6, Isabel Dowd from Everton in 7, and Amy Crompton Hesford, Wigan Best in on lane number 8, but it looks as though it's going to be Elizabeth Waring. It is Elizabeth Waring, 33.07 from Hannah Wang from Stretford. Megan Smith in third. That was the 1, 2, 3. And there we have the confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 9. Jasmine Bracegirdle from Leyland Barracudas in 1, Helena Prickford from Clitheroe in 2, Rebecca Collier, Garston in 3, Emily Flannery from City of Salford in lane 4, Hannah McKee from Oldham Aquatics in 5, Ellie Hughes from Liverpool Penguins in 6, Hannah Morris, Leyland Barracudas in 7, and Lily Gregg from Pioneer 79 here in lane number 8, but it looks as though it's going to be Emma Flannery, City of Salford, 32.89. And she gets it from Rebecca Collier and Hannah McKeague. Oldham Aquatics. Oh, so they put her into 4th place. It's Ellie Hughes. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to Heat 10.
Lane 6 is Isabel Roberts, City of Liverpool, up very, very focused on that block. She was the last to rise and has a slight, slender lead on the rest of the field, but nothing much in them at the moment. Emily Swan in the middle there, lane 5, putting in a great charge, as is Eve Pendlebury, City of Salford, in lane number 8. But it still looks like Isabel Roberts had that great start, and she looks she's coming through now, ready for the touch. She's going to actually touch first. Yes, she is. 32.52 from Eve Pendlebury, City of Salford. Ellie Thompson, Aquabears, just came through. And Pip Gabrielle Booth of Oldham Aquatics. That was Heat 10, Heat 11. So Alicia Heath, Pioneer 79 there again. She was the last one to break the surface this time, but looking strong. Tess Fordham, Bolton Metro, lane 7 at the moment. Check out Lois Cronshaw, Pioneer 79-4, as well as Ella Falconer from Southport in lane number 3 at the moment. That's you. Looks like that's your battle, 3 and 4. Ella Falkingham, could he get touched before? 32.28 for Ella Falkingham from Lois Cronshaw. Tess Fordham, Bolton Metro, touched in 3rd. Heat number 12. Something about lane 6, it looks like Natalia Charlesworth Garstang. She seems to have the best start at the moment, but looking strong. That's Alicia Heath, Pioneer 79 in lane and number 7, and Olivia Sheehan in lane 8's going well at the moment for Wigan Best. Check out the far side though, Olivia Ball and Southport with lane 1. She's being dragged along there, Charlotte Mead of Blackburn. Could be lane 2 getting that touch first, and it is Olivia Borland, 32.61. Michaela Shackleton, Pioneer 79, and Charlotte Mead in lane 1 for Blackburn, touching in 3rd. Heat 13.
And in this Heat 13, In lane 1, we've got Harriet Finn from City of Salford, Lindsay Jackson from Bolton Metro. In 2, Ruby McFarlane from City of Salford. In 3, Felicity Dodd from Burnley Bobcats. In 4, Amy Grovestock from City of Salford. In 5, Kashiki Chowan from City of Manchester. In 6, and a teammate, Jessica Smith, in 7. With Georgia Ashton from Bolton Metro down here in lane number 8. And as we come into the finish, it's Ruby McFarlane from Jessica Smith from Kashiki Chowan. That was the 1, 2, 3. And there's the confirmation of the result as we move on to heat 14. It's getting a little bit quick to try and name all the swimmers in the in all 8 lanes. It's, as we come down, it looks as though in lane number 4, Leah Edwards from City of Salford, looks as though she might just have the edge over Francesca Wood at City of Salford. Over in lane number 1, it's going to be touch and go who's going to get it. It is Leah Edwards from Isabel Hartley, City of Salford, and Francesca Wood. So it's a City of Salford 1, 2 and 3. And there's the confirmation of the result as we move on to heat 15. As we go down through this first 25, it looks as though Abby Wyatt from Southport might have the edge over everybody else. But lane 3, Ellie Sue Calderbank from Bury and Elton is going well. And then lane 4, Elisa Page Wollstonecroft from City of Salford. It's going to be between these 3. It is. And it's Alicia Page Wollstonecroft from Ellie Sue Calderbank and Abby Wyatt. That was the 1, 2, 3. And there's the result. Heat 16.
So it looks like it's Preston's Elizabeth Wafer got away a cracking start there in this heat 16 of the 50-metre fly. She's leading the field there from Elizabeth Wilson, Ella Price in 6, 7 and 8, Amy T-Bay, Mena Shiras, Amy Harrison, Charlotte Hayes and Kira Harrison. Who's going to get that touch? I think she's going to get that, spotted that absolutely perfectly there. Elizabeth Wafer, Preston 30.73. Just wait for those results for heat 16. Then we move on to heat 17. Ellie Fraser, City of Salford, lane 8, seemed to get away great there as well, as did in the middle Lucy Cook, Flixton and Hannah Sheehan, Wigan Best. That's your first 3 at the moment. Let's see how it goes. But looking in the middle, like I say, Lucy Cook's doing well. Jasmine Stockton too, Manchester Aquatics. Jasmine Gower in lane 4, Wigan Best just trying to keep in contention, but looking for the touch first. It looks like it's lane number Hannah Sheehan, Wigan Best, 30.868. Gets the touch from Lucy Cook, Ella Williams. That was heat 17. Heat 18. Everton's Faith Bryant there in the middle there, just sort of leading this one off now from Emma Dixon in 4. Jessica Williamson also challenging. Wigan Best in lane 3. Alice Entwistle Clitheroe just trying to lose a bit of contention. Ella Prescott pushing hard in lane number 8. But look at lane 2. That's Robin Douglas, Isle of Man, coming all the way. Who's going to get that touch? Can't call at the moment. Emma Dixon looks as if she's got the touch from Jessica Williamson and then Robin Douglas. That was Heat 18. Just wait for those results before moving on to Heat 19.
Last to break the surface, Sophie Jones from Southport down here in lane number 7. But lane 5, Alyssa Gornall from Preston is going well. And she looks as though she's got the edge, probably over Lily Duckworth from Pioneer, out there in lane number 1. And as we come into the last 5 metres, it's going to be between these two. Who's going to get the touch? Alyssa Gornall from Lily Duckworth. And from Lucy Ahern from Worsley. It's not quite under this magical 30 seconds as yet, but we're getting ever closer. And there we have confirmation of the result as we move on to Heat 20. Rosie Fordham in lane number 5. It took the whole of the 15 metres to break the water. And she looks as though she's got a slight edge. Well, they're coming back at her in lane number 3, Georgina Chadwick from the city of Salford. And also Kate Forster from Southport is going to be between them. It is Georgina Chadwick from Kate Forster from Lois Keys. As we go through the first 25, it looks like it's Emma Jones, City of Salford, who's probably just got the edge over Jade Moore from Blackpool. And coming up quite fast in lane number 3, Jode Gittins. Well, it's not, it's Emma Jones from Jodie Gittins and Jade Moore. And there we have the confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 22.
Salford's Rebecca Walsh there, just taking it up at the moment, but nothing between them with Emma Hodgson, Rebecca Walsh, Isabel Cockram, Katie Richardson, Anna Dutton on this side, Abigail Harrop and Ella Bergen-Williams on that far side. Nothing between them at the moment, but it looks like it's lane 4, Isle of Man's Emma Hodgson might just get that touch. She spots it right. Yes, she does. 30.25 from Rebecca Walsh and Ella Bergen-Williams. That was Heat 22. Heat 23. Olivia Marshall, Isle of Man there, just sort of now, again, right in the middle, using every minute, every inch of that 15 metres there. Stretching the lead. Once she broke the water in front, she hasn't looked back. She's not going to look back. She's going to take it all the way. She's being under pressure by Emily Lawrence and Holly White either side of her. But she's got this heat sewn up, 28.94. I think that's the fastest we've seen so far in this event. Olivia touches from Emily Lawrence and Holly White in third. Heat 24, the penultimate heat. Penultimate heat here, and again, nothing much between it, just in that middle lane, lane 4. Jessica Coleman, Oldham Aquatics, looking very, very strong, trying to keep into contention. Chantal Austin, Blackpool Aquatics, but this is an easy win, this one for Jessica Coleman. What's the time going to be? 28.03 from Chantal Austin, Meadow Transfield, City of Manchester. Last heat, heat number 25.
So as we get this final heat underway, two of our swimmers missing, Stephanie Brew and Kazia Whittaker, out of lanes 1 and lane 5. Well, it's lane 4 and lane 5, sorry, lane 3 and lane 4 and lane 6, sorry, I'll get it right in a minute. Of Chiara Tomasello and Elizabeth Woodcock as we come into the finish. I think it's Chiara Tomasello, 28.61. From Lizzie Woodcock, 29.63. Heat 26. Oh no, there's no heat 26. And that brings us to the end of. Can we have the competitors for the boys or the men's 400 meters freestyle events heats 1 to 6? If they could go through to marshalling, please. We are minus a few swimmers, so if you're in the 400 front crawl for the boys, would you like to go through to marshalling, please, as quickly as possible? And so we move on to event 603, which is the men's 10 years and over 400 meters freestyle. There are 15 heats, and we start with heat number 1. So as we get this heat number 1 underway, in lane 3 we've got Liam Hardy from the City of Manchester, Ethan Naisbitt from Pioneer 79, Jacob Chambers from City of Manchester, and in lane 6 Aidan Watkins, also from the City of Manchester. And as we off down this first 50, we have the finalists for the men's 10 years and over 100 metres breaststroke. In the 10 and 11 years age group, we have Panagiotis Angelakis from the Isle of Man, Jack Duff from Southport, Eric Inman from Preston, Finley Pope from Bolton Metro, Harvey Kinnear from Preston, Alex Blackburn from Everton, Oliver Crooks from Bolton Metro, and Dylan Foster from Southport. And the reserve finalist is Joel Thompson from Southport. In the 12 years age group, we have Joshua Walker, City of Manchester, Daniel Canavan from Aquabears, Ethan Coleman From Blackburn, Robbie Bishop. Southport, Harrison Knight from Ormskirk. Matthew Charlesworth from Garstang. Leonardo de Fort from the Isle of Man. Maxwell Sturzica from Blackpool Aquatics. And reserve finalist Annan Clark from Lancaster. And Charlie Collins from Wigan Best. In the 13 years age group, Jack Parkinson from Fleetwood, Tom Arkwright from Leyland Barracudas, Ethan Romali from Pioneer 79, Caleb Griffiths from Crosby, Lewis Crosby from Stretford, Reuben Robotham Keating from the City of Manchester, Max Delaney from Leyland Barracudas, and Christopher Bellard from Prescott. And the reserve finalists, William Havers Strong from Burnley Bobcats and Nathan Hoey from the City of Salford. In the 14 years age group, we have Ellis Cleworth from the City of Liverpool, Bailey Boyd-Ost from Aquabears, Nathan Holmes from Preston, Toby Ranson from the City of Manchester, Jake Reynolds from Bolton Metro, Tyrese Smith, City of Liverpool, Fraser Cook from Southport, Connor Dunkley from the City of Manchester, and reserve finalists William Bridgeford, City of Salford, and Patrick Donnelly from Everton. "15 years age group. We have One-Eyed Sam from City of Manchester, Joseph Burns from Prescott, Adam Jones from the City of Manchester, William Nengu from Bolton Metro, Benjamin Havers Strong from Burnley Bobcats, Joshua Morrison from Liverpool Penguins, Christopher Walker from City of Manchester, and Mason Galley from Southport, and reserve finalists Daniel Davies from Crosby and William Birch from Clitheroe.
Just a quick announcement for coach, City of Salford coach and Blackburn coach. If you can go to the coach's kiosk, please. A coach from the City of Salford and Blackburn. If you can go to the coach's kiosk immediately, please. Thank you.
And in the 16 years age group, Bradley Lowry, City of Manchester, Luke Hoey, City of Salford, Luke Adams, City of Salford, Ben McAvoy from the City of Salford, Dakota Ravatali from Burnley Bobcats, Jack Howard from Preston, Benjamin Macon from Pioneer 79, and Lewis Peake from the Isle of Man. Reserve finalists are Jake Wissett from Ormskirk and Thomas Duxbury from Bolton Metro. And in the 17 years and over age group, we have Marcus Day, City of Salford, Joseph Murray from Pioneer 79, Kenan Young from Preston, Robert Cowley, City of Manchester, Jack O'Brien, also from the City of Manchester, Samuel Goldrick, City of Manchester, Alistair Stout, City of Manchester, Jack Roberts, Liverpool Penguins. Reserve finalists Dean Heaps from Preston and George Robinson, also from Preston. And they are your finalists for the men's 100 metres breaststroke finals. Team managers and head coaches, you have 15 minutes in which to withdraw any of your swimmers from any of the finals. There's we've got Ethan Naisbitt that comes into the finish, and he is way ahead of most of his other competitors. finishing in just under that 6 minutes. 5:59.05 from Liam Hardy. 6:22.68. And Jacob Chambers in 6:31.50. It's a really, really good swim by Aidan Watkins.
Can we have a coach from Blackburn, please, to the coach's kiosk, please? Yeah, Blackburn coach. If you go to the timing suite, to the timing suite immediately, please. Blackburn coach. Thank you.
As Aidan just starts his final 50 metres. Give him some encouragement, please. He's going to be just outside his personal best with 8:06.
Just anyone on poolside, if anyone's next to the Blackburn team, what we could do with a coach from Blackburn. I think you're in a pink t-shirt. I think we can see. Can you come down to the timing suite, please? Are you on your way down? Thank you.
Well done, Aidan. And we'll wait for the confirmation of the results as we move on to heat number 2.
So this is heat 2 of the 400 metre freestyle. So in lane 1 for Oldham Aquatics is Daniel Croft. Wigan Best Samuel Quinn is in 2. First of 3 Bolton Metro swimmers in 3 is Oliver Crooks. Ruben Quayle, his teammates, in 4. And Finlay Pope in 5. In lane number 5 is Pangiakis Angelakis from Isle of Man. Flixton's Lewis Gilbert's in 6. And Nikolai Pitria of Southport is in lane number 6. Got some finalists to read out now for the 50 metre butterfly, the women's. So the 10 years and over finalists: Ella Prescott, Ormskirk; Sophie Jones, Southport; Lucy Turner, Burnley Bobcats; Wigan Best, Jessica Williamson; Hattie Varley from Burnley Bobcats; Salford's Ruby McFarlane; Ella Falkingham, Southport; and Wigan Best, Georgia Bott. Reserves: Jessica Smith, Flixton; and Salford's Emma Flannery. So that was the 13 years age group. The 14 years age group finalists are Bailey Siri Kelly, Pioneer 79; Liverpool's Lois Keys; Wigan Best Emma Haynes; Chiara Temelasello from Manchester, her teammate Meadow Dronsfield; Rebecca Walsh from Salford; Ella Williams, Pioneer 79; and Jasmine Stockton, City of Manchester. Reserve finalists will be City of Manchester's Jessica Smith, Isabel Roberts of City of Liverpool. 15 years age group finalists: Worsley's Lucia Hearn; Lily Duckworth, Pioneer 79; Charlotte Wrens of Crosby; a pair of Wigan Best swimmers, Mia Greenoff, Isabel Williamson; Kimberly Burston, Oldham Aquatics; Kate Forster of Southport; Rosie Fordham, Bolton Metro. Reserves: Southport's Amy Tebay and Faith Bryant of Everton. 16-year age group finalists: Elizabeth Wafer of Preston; Flixton's Lucy Cook; Two Isle of Man swimmers in the final, Emma Hodgson and Olivia Marshall. Preston's Elizabeth Woodcock, Holly White of Everton, Jodie Gittins of Wigan Best, and Abigail Harrop, Bolton Metro reserves. Ruby Hearn, Liverpool, and Garstan's Libby Manning. 17 years and over age group finalists. Southport's Neve Wilgar, Emily Lawrence of Preston, Emily Keys of Salford, Oldham Aquatics Jessica Calderbank, Blackpool Aquatic swimmer Chantal Austin, Salford's Emma Jones, Southport's Ella Johnson, and Martha Smith of Clitheroe reserves. Chloe Cottam and Lee Williams of Preston and Pioneer respectively. 15 minutes there is just to withdraw, please. 15 minutes if you wish to withdraw from those finals. Hopefully not, and we will see you all later. Just quickly read out, I've also got the 10 and 11-year-old age group for the butterfly finals. Georgia Eccles, Pioneer 79, Aquabears Lauren Cusick, Leyland Barracudas Hannah Morris, Lisa Barzaghi Bolton Metro, Isabel Evans Southport, Madison Wrens Crosby, Nicole Lomas Bolton Metro, Millie Webber Wigan Best reserves, Flixton's Abigail Turner, Grace Lackey Wigan Best. 12-year-old age group finalists, Natalia Bonifield, Salford, Eleanor Kay, Bolton Metro, Jessica Pennifold, Southport, Salford's Eve Pendlebury, Sienna Wrens of Crosby, Amy Crompton Hesford, Wigan Best, Salford's Ella Bloxage, Hannah Canty of Southport, reserves, Elise Bruns, Liverpool Penguins, and Amelia Picton, Wigan Best. 15 minutes for withdrawals, please. 15 minutes. Oh, and that's those swimming and finish. There was quite a close race there between the pair of Bolton Metro swimmers, Finley Pope and Ruben Quayle. Okay, so yeah, they're all in. That's heat 2, ready for heat number 3. Just a reminder to swimmers in the diving pit, coaches, team managers, if you can remind swimmers and those who are in there, it's for warm up, cool down, not for larking around, playing, socialising. It wouldn't mind if any coaches, team managers, just have a check on your swimmers, and if you can remind them that it is actually there for their benefit, and if they don't use it properly, they will lose it. Okay, anyway. Back to heat number 3, 400 metres freestyle. We have in lane number 1 for Lancaster, that's Annan Clark. Samuel Morgan represents Southport in 2. Bolton Metro's Luke Berry is swimming in lane number 3. Max Delaney of Leyland Barracudas in 4. City of Manchester swimmer in 5 is Joshua Walker. And Bolton Metro's Luke Batty in 6. Nicholas Bracegirdle, also a Leyland Barracudas in 7, with Salford's Max Bradley in lane number 8. And it is Max Delaney who's now 100 metres down, leading this quite convincingly, this heat. He does have the fastest on paper, but not by that much. So either the rest of the swimmers need to pick up their paces a little bit, or he is absolutely on a flyer at the moment. So let's just keep an eye out, see what he's like at 200, and see how he's going. Thanks. Do have a couple, keep those tweets coming in. We keep saying hashtag LancsChamps18 at Swim Lancashire. Remember the live stream, swimlancashire.org.uk/live. Same website, you can find the results and how the team points are doing on there. We've got tweets coming in. Lucas Brown's tweeted, good luck Garstang, is what they're saying. So good luck to all those Garstang swimmers. And Caitlin Ahern, come on, Hani Kanti. We're all cheering for you. What a proud family. So congratulations. Good luck there to Hani swimming today. So that's 200. He's stretching his lead there. 2:23.97. He's not faltering yet. In lane 4, that's Max Delaney, Leyland Barracudas. Bolton Metro's Luke Berry's about to turn now. He's quite a bit behind there, about 15 seconds behind. As the rest of the field now start to turn. Joshua Walker, Nicholas Bracegirdle, Anand Clark, Samuel Morgan, Max Bradley and Luke Batty. There's your running order, but way, way, way out in front now, almost 25 metres. It's Max Delaney, Leyland Barracudas. No sign of letting up, fatigue not setting yet on this 400 metres freestyle. Just got over 100 metres left to go. .512's his PB. If he can do a 1:15, he might just about be in there. 1:15, 1:16 might just break that 5-minute barrier. Still turning in second place, that's Luke Berry, Bolton Metro. Joshua Walker and Nicholas Bracegirdle, Samuel Morgan, Anand Clark, Luke Batty, and Max Bradley now bringing up the rear. But still now he's further ahead now. It is over 25 metres. It's Sam Delaney, Leyland Barracudas. He's got 40 seconds now to break that 5-minute mark to do a 50 metres. Definitely had his Weetabix this morning. What a fantastic swim this is going to be here for Leyland Barracuda swimmer in lane number 4. That's Max Delaney. Remember, he's posted a time 5:12. Wow. 4:55.58. Phenomenal swim there from Max. Leyland Barracudas. Rest of the field probably going to put in an absolutely great time on themselves, but nowhere near the personal best that Max has put in. Let's just check out Luke. Luke Batty's coming in there in lane 3. Luke Berry's just turned and touched. So personal bests are being broken by the rest of the field. All the swimmers are in. That's a tough race, that 400 free. They're all in from heat 3, ready for heat number 4.
So as we come into this first 50 turn, it's Luca Morelli from Blackpool Aquatics. He turns in 36 from Jake Christian, City of Manchester. 24. Finn Drysdale from the Isle of Man, 33.39. Fastest in this heat is Luca Morelli. Entry time 5:04.32. I think if they can emulate Max Delaney from the previous heat, I'm sure they'd be very, very happy with a personal best, and such as that. Phenomenal swim by Max there. But over in lane number 1, we've got Max's teammate Robert Littler from the Leyland Barracudas. So in a minute, it's in 7th place, but like I say, there's still time. We're only on the 150 turn in this heat 4 of the 400 metres freestyle. Next to him is Robbie Bishop from Southport. Jake Christen from the City of Manchester, he's in 3. Luca Morelli from Blackpool Aquatics in 4. Nathan Lockett, City of Salford, in lane number 5. Matthew Haynes, Wigan Best, in lane number 6. Finn Drysdale from the Isle of Man in lane number 7, and Thomas Boylett from Southport in lane number 8. And as we go through the 200 metre mark, it is still Luca Morelli from Jake Christen and Finn Drysdale. But there's not much between, even though probably Luca is just slightly out the front of Jake Christen, who's keeping tabs on him. There isn't really much between the next 4 swimmers from 3rd down to 6th. As we come down to the 300 metre turn, it's now Jake Christen, who looks as though he's having the best swim, and Matthew Haynes from Wigan Best is having a good second half of this race. So as we come down to 350, it looks as though Matthew Haynes in lane number 6 might just be turning first from Jake Christen. It's not, it's going to be Jake that turns first from Matthew, and then Luca Morelli. And Jake came in on a 5:06, Matthew on a 5:07. And as we come down into the final 25, it looks as though Matthew has just stepped up a little gear, and he's starting to pull away now from Jake Christen. And coming up, Robbie Bishop in lane number 2 has come from nowhere in this last 75 metres, and he's going to finish in 3rd place. So 5:02 is a good 5-second PB for Matthew Haynes. And can we just a quick announcement to the ladies that are in the diving pit that are making all the noise. Ladies in the diving pit that are making all the noise, can you be quiet, please? Or keep it down? And we're just waiting for the... oh, we've had the result. We're on to heat number 5.
So here we go, heat number 5, Wigan best Samuel Grimes swimming in lane number 1. Representing Burberley Bobcats in 2 is William Havers Strong. The Manchester swimmer Nathan Clare is in 3, Joseph Arcangelo, Charlie Marlins in 4, City Liverpool's William Horman in 5, Mackenzie Ronson Horrocks, Carnforth in 6 with Leyland Barracuda swimmer Jack Porter in lane 7 and Callum Rowland Southport swimming in lane number 8. Just coming up to the first 100, nice pace in there for all the swimmers. Bit of a spearhead formation just starting to develop, but it is lanes 4 and 5 now, both turning 109. Joseph Arcangelo and William Horman. Charlie Marlin, City Liverpool. These two now just starting to pull ahead of the rest of the field. Callum Rowland, Southport in lane 8 from Nathan Clare, City of Manchester in lane 3, trying to just keep in contention so far. Just a quick announcement that after heat number 9 of this event, there will be a swim-off for the girls' 50-metre fly for the second reserve place, and that will be between Emma Flannery, City of Salford, and Charlotte Mead of Blackburn. That will be a swim-off for the girls for the second reserve place for the 50-metre fly after heat number 9 of this event. Looks very pretty in the pool on that far side, leading from 5 to 1. All going with form at the moment. William Horman, City Liverpool. Was he? Just 14 last Wednesday was William. He's leading out from Joseph Arcangelo, Nathan Clare, William Havers Strong. Lane 8 though, Callum Rowland just sort of upsetting that formation on this side with Mackenzie Ronson Horrocks, Samuel Grimes and Jack Porter. Most of the swimmers should be sub 5 minutes. A couple will be trying to break that sub 5 minute barrier today. Tidying up there in the middle, lanes 2, 3 and 4 just coming all together now, but still out in front. 100 metres still to go in lane number 5. That's William Horman, City Liverpool. From Joseph Arcangelo, Nathan Clare, William Havers Strong. On his way back now, that's he's William in lane 5, still looking good, but the other 3 are now kicking in. Nothing much between them. William Haverstrong, Nathan Clare, Joseph Arcangelo. Haverstrong, though, from Burnley Bobcats, looking the stronger of those three. I don't think he's got enough to catch up with Horman from Liverpool in lane 5, but he's going to definitely touch second. He's put in a blister in last 25. 4:51.34 for William Horman. William Haverstrong, 4:54 and 4:55 for Nathan Clare, with Joseph Arcangelo still just under the 5-minute mark. Here goes the rest of the field just come in now. That was heat 5. Heat number 6.
So in this heat 6, in lane number 1, we've got Thomas O'Donnell from Southport. In 2, Benjamin Horton from City of Manchester. 3, Tyler Maguire-Thornton from the Oldham Aquatics. And in 4, George Cookson from Carnforth. 5, Alexander Volkovoy from City of Salford. Tom Arkwright from Leyden Barracudas. He's in 6, and Charles Kelly from Southport in lane number 7. Lane number 8 is Charles's teammate, Thomas Morgan. And after the first 100, it's Tom Arkwright, 1:06.75. Good first 100. Let's hope he can maintain that. Been a bit of a busy weekend for Tom. He's done an awful lot of races, hasn't he, Wendy? And he's done finals. And he's got medals. Yeah, well, one's better than none, isn't it? Like I say, he's been a bit of a busy lad this weekend. And so we go through 150, and he's got about a 5-metre lead now. As we come down this fourth 50. And chasing on his heels in our golden lanes are George Cookson and Alexander Volkovoy. Let's say Thomas still going, and just on their heels is Charles Kelly down here in lane number 7. He's not giving up the fight. It was a good turn by Charles there, off the wall. It's brought him right back into contention with Alexander and George. Well, he's still, Tom's still maintaining this lead. In fact, he looks as though he's not only maintaining the lead, but managing to extend it slowly but surely. He's now into 6, probably 7 metres. Doesn't look as though he's tiring. Entry time 4:50.59. Looks is a very respectable time in its own right, but if he keeps this up, we'll be somewhere round about, if not under. As he goes through 300, 3:35. He's got 120, 115 there or thereabouts for his last 100 to get underneath that personal best. Alexander is just starting to eat into that lead, but I think the lead's big enough that Tom is going to take this particular heat. And as he turns at 4:12, he's got 38 seconds there or thereabouts to break his short course 400 personal best. And it looks as though he's increased his stroke rate. He's at 39. He's got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What a great swim. 4:47.32. It's a good 3-second PB. I take it his mum's happy. Well, let's just wait for Tyler just to complete our 8 swimmers. Good swim. And we'll wait for the confirmation of that result. And there we have it as we move on to heat number 7.
Bit of a mixed start for across the swimmers there. Some not so good, some quite good start, but we're a long way to go on a 400 free. So we're starting off lane 1, Everton's, that's Nathan Denton. Vadim Bosch, City Liverpool in 2. Connor Dunkley, City of Manchester Aquatics, swimming in lane number 3. Pioneer 79, swimmer in 4 is Reef Griffiths. Jake Dorborough, Wigan Best in 5. James Hanford of Leyland Barracudas in 6. Burnley Bobcat swimmer in 7 is Benjamin Harrison. And Alfie Jones, representing Stretford, is in lane number 8. And it looks like it's Bobcats, Leyland Barracudas. Leyland Barracudas, James Hanford at the moment, lane 6. Can I have another Barracuda swimmer here leading this one off. From Vadim Bosch in 2. Benjamin Harrison swimming in lane 7. That's your 1, 2, 3 with Jake Dorber, Alfie Jones, Nathan Denton, Connor Dunkley, and Reith Griffiths. Vadim Bosch doesn't need any pace setter. He's out on his own there in lane 2. Leaving the rest of the field around him, way trailing his wake. He's just still only turning in second, though, from James Hanford, Leyden Barracudas, with a slight lead at this point from Jake Dorber, Wigan Best, Burnley Bobcats, Benjamin Harrison, and Alfie Jones. So all the action on this near side, lanes 5 to 8, but don't count out Vadim Bosch. City Liverpool swimming out on his own in lane number 2, having a right good look across the pool at the moment. Halfway, 200 metres. $2:19.32 for James Hanford. Just now, just pulling away slightly from Vadim Bosch, who's being put under pressure from Jake Dorber and Benjamin Harrison. Alfie Jones just dropping off the pace just slightly. Being pulled back now. Lane 3, Connor Dunkley now trying to get back into contention. Looked like a good turn that did from the Leyland Barracuda swimmer in lane 6. Seemed to pull away half a metre or so over Vadim Bosch just on the turn alone. Just set himself up for this 50. Just coming into the turn now, James Hanford. 3:32, 100 metres to go. From still Vadim Bosch, Jake Dorber, Benjamin Harrison, Alfie Jones, Connor Dunkley, Nathan Denton and Rhys Griffiths. .4:45.56 is James's posted time. Quite close to try and get that. It's got about 30 seconds left now with about 40 metres, 35 metres to go. Still nothing between them. Vadim Bosch now just sort of tiring a little bit there. Lane 7, Benjamin Harrison, Burnley Bobcats having a great last 50. 5 seconds to get his PB for James. Looks if he's just going to break it. 4:43.34. Vadim Bosch just holds on. Benjamin Harrison gets the touch just ahead of Jake Dorber, Wigan best. As the rest of the field all come in together. The rest of the field come in and touch. That concludes heat number 7. Ready for heat number 8.
Down this first 50, it looks like lanes 7 and 8, Adam Tabernacle and Ruben Robotham Keating. Probably going to hit the turn first. It's not, it's Patrick Braddock from Oldham Aquatics. 30:33 from Adam Tabernacle. And then One Eye Tam from the City of Manchester on the other side. But Patrick Braddock in lane 4 and Adam Tabernacle. Stroke for stroke at the minute. Down this second 50 into the 100 turn. It looks as though it's going to be Adam that turns first. From Patrick, from Ruben. And it looks as though as Adam paces himself, Ruben is going with him in lane number 8, and he's up on the shoulder of Patrick again over in lane number 4. As we come down into the 150 turn, it's still Adam Tabernacle from Patrick Braddock and One Eye Tam. It looks as though Ruben just faded slightly on that last the last end of that 50. Whether it's just the timing boards, because it doesn't look as though he's lost that much. And as we come down to halfway, it looks as though it's going to be Adam Tabernacle from One Eye Tam. And then Patrick Braddock with Ruben catching up again. I think it must have been the timing board down that bottom end. So, a slow turn. It's definitely between these four, but Liam Carey down in lane 1 over on the far side has come up into 4th place, and like I said, it seems to be this lane 8. Ruben's going backwards and forwards. He's moving up and then dropping back down as we go back up and down this as we come down into the 300 turn. It's now One-Eyed Tam from Patrick Braddock and Liam Carey, with Adam Tabernacle. Adam in the better turn, as Ruben has just slotted into another gear and has come right up on the shoulder of Adam Tabernacle. Let's just hope he can keep it going for this last 100 metres. As we come into the turn, it's One-Eyed Tam from Patrick Braddock, from Ruben Robotham Keating, and the chase is on down this final 50. Is Ruben going to catch his teammate on the far side? All right, we're going to run. Is he left it too late? Going to run out of pool. It is One-Eyed Tam from Patrick Braddock, from Ruben Robotham Keating, and that's your 1, 2, 3. 4:37. That's a good 6-second PB for Ruben. In fact, I'd go as far as to say I think everybody PB'd in that heat. It was a very, very fast one, and there we have the confirmation of the results. Heat 9.
So this is heat 9. Remember, we'll be having the swim off after this heat for the 50-metre fly girls second reserve between Emma Flannery, City of Salford, and Charlotte Mead of Blackburn. But in the pool in this heat, the 400 metres freestyle from City of Manchester, Ethan Nevitt in 1. Preston's Nathan Holmes swimming in 2. City of Salford swimmer in 3 is Adam Newell, and in 4 for Preston is Harry Robinson. His teammate Ben Rogerston's in 5 with Alex Kirk, City of Manchester in 6, and then a pair of Fleetwood swimmers in 7 and 8 being Ryan McGreevy and David Fletcher. So there's your 8 as we come up to the first 100. And it looks like it's lane 7, that's Fleetwood's Ryan McGreevy. 105.74 is turn first. From Harry Robinson of Preston, Ben Rogerston also of Preston in 3rd place at the moment. Alex Kick, Adam Newell, David Fletcher, Nathan Holmes and Ethan Everett is your running order after 100 metres. All the swimmers in this heat are all sub 4:40, so we'll just keep an eye on the time. See how they get on. It is 4:05. Long way to go though. Remember, we have 15 heats of the 400 free. Luckily it's going to be broken up with a splash and dash 50-metre freestyle butterfly in a second. We're looking forward to that one. Salford and Blackburn. 200 metres, but with a clear water now, about 3 or 4 metres. Ooh, just made that turn there. That's Ryan McGreevy, Fleetwood, 2:15.01. Didn't get the greatest kick off the wall, but still out in front. Harry Robinson trying to not lose too much contention in lane number 4 from Preston. Ben Rogerson, his teammates, third, with David Fletcher of Fleetwood in lane 8, fourth at the moment. Trying to keep in contention on that far side. Nathan Holmes, also a Preston. That's 3 Preston swimmers in the pool. Let's just not hope he's not got out too early. Burns himself out at the moment. That's Fleetwood's Ryan McGreevy still out in front. Got a good 3-4 metres of clear water between him and Harry Robinson of Preston there in lane number 4. 100 metres now to go. 3:26.77 for Ryan. Harry turns. Looking good though on that far side, lane 2. Nathan Holmes has now pulled it back. And he's now dropping his teammate. That's Ben Rogerson there in the middle. Got about 36 seconds as Ryan to break his PB here to do the last 50 in. It's got about 25 metres now left. Still way out in front. That lead's not increased, but it's not decreasing either. It's the latter positions now are just sort of all merging together, but it is lane 7. That's Ryan McGreevy. 4:37.63. Looks like about a second PB from Harry Robinson, touches in second, and a great swim on from Nathan Holmes. Preston in third place from Ben Rogerson, David Fletcher, as the rest of the field come in. Should be then, I'll hand you over to Mark for the swim off between Emma Flannery and Charlotte Mead for the second reserve place in the 50 fly.
Off we go in this swim off for the 50 butterfly in lane 4. We've got Emma Flannery from City of Salford, and in lane 5 Charlotte Mead from Blackburn. And there they go, stroke for stroke, right down this 50 metres, and it looks as though it might be Emma that might have the edge as we come in. It's 0.2 of a second. 0.2 of a second. That separates. In fact, actually, I don't even think it's 0.2 of a second, is it? And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to Heat 10 in our boys 400 metres freestyle. very good start by Mason Barnsley-Fowler. It's going out quite quickly. Down here in lane number 7, and with him is Jake Reynolds from Bolton Metro. It looks as though Mason might turn first, and Jai Bolton from City of Salford over in lane 1. And Mason has gone, he's gone through 50 metres in 29.37. It'll be interesting to see what his 100 time is. He came in on a 4:35, and goes through on 1:02. We'll have to see where we get to on the 200 time to give us a better idea as to if you multiply that by 4 is an amazing 400 metres. We're over in lane 1. We've got Jai Bolton from City of Salford. Lane 2, Joseph Chappell from Fleetwood. Lane 3, Benjamin Porter, Leyland Barracudas. Lane 4, Jack McKay Smith from Bolton Metro. Lane 5, Henry Moore from Southport. Lane 6 is William Naylor from Blackpool. Lane 7, as we've been saying, Mason Barnsley-Fowler, Leyland Barracudas. Still out there. It's 2 seconds as the over him and Henry Moore now, who's just starting to pull away from the other swimmers. And down here in lane number 8, Jake Reynolds from the Bolton Metro. He is in lane number 8. And the better turn off the wall that time was Henry. 2:12.57. Sort of multiplies out at 4:24. That's still 10 seconds underneath his entry time, his short course PB. So let's hope that he didn't go out too fast on his first 100. Henry's brought that down now to around about a second. He's coming up to him on his shoulder. These two are still pulling away though from everybody else. Jai Bolton over in lane number 1 doesn't seem to have made any inroads into Mason. Seems to be maintaining that gap, but it's I think it's Henry that's actually having a better second half to his race. Still not over though. 300 metres. I know Mason's just slipped back into second place, but there is this last 75 metres, and it could all change. Still, these two maintaining this gap over Jai. Over in lane 1, who's had a fantastic swim. Not easy to swim in the outside lanes and maintain a tempo that's in front of everybody else. Well, it's been a great second half to this 400 metres for Henry Moore. So came in on 4:31. He might just be inside it. 28, 29, 30. He is just inside it. Good 4:35.08 for Mason. That's 3 hundredths of a second inside his PB. Well done, Mason. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to Heat 11.
So we're underway. 400 metres freestyle, heat 11 here at the Aquatic Centre, Manchester. Southport's Alexander Dillon in lane 1. Birthday boy, happy birthday to our Cameron Lamb, 18 tomorrow from Bolton Metro. Party at yours, apparently. City of Manchester's Oliver Taylor in 3. Southport's Thomas Hill 4. Manchester swimmer Adam Jones in lane 5. Samuel Ellis of Liverpool in 6. Manchester Aquatics swimmer in 7 is Rhys Caulfield, with Daniel Holmes of Preston in lane number 8, who seems to be leading just about at the moment. Going off form at the moment here, and yep, it's Daniel Holmes Preston's about to turn first, 100 metres. 1:02.02 from Rhys Caulfield, lane 7. In 3rd place at the currently is Sam Ellis in 6, Thomas Hill in lane 4, and Adam Jones in 5. Again, all the action this near side of the pool. The heat sheets for the finals, coaches, team managers, are in the coaches' kiosk for you to go and collect. Heat sheets for the finals are available in the coaches' kiosk. So stretching his lead now, Daniel Holmes of Preston. Now got a bit of daylight between himself and Sam Ellis, City Liverpool. Rhys Caulfield's just been a bit dropped there. Obviously that pace was a bit too quick for him at the beginning. 200 metres gone, 2:10.43. Lanes 4 and 5 just trying to hold on contention. Thomas Hill, Adam Jones. It's a good turn there from City Liverpool swimmer in 6. That's Sam Ellis. He's closing that gap. Daniel Holmes may have just got out a little bit too quick at the beginning now, and he may have to pay for that. We've still got just under 200 metres to go. Yeah, strongest swimmer here at the moment is the Liverpool swimmer. That's Sam Ellis now. He looks the strongest. Just coming down now, 150, just under 150 to go. I think he's going to touch first with 100 metres in lane 6. He's just timed this to perfection. Has Daniel got enough in the tank just to hold on and keep on his toes and pull himself in a great time? Just turned just a little. He was stretching for that kick. Managed to hold on. Sam Ellis has put in a great 50 there, but he's now sort of struggling, and he's there, both now being caught in the middle of the pool by Thomas Hill and Adam Jones. Southport always swim well on that second 200. Have they timed this to perfection? Thomas Hill, Adam Jones in the middle of the pool now, fighting back. Just over 50 metres to go. And it is Samuel Ellis now, City of Liverpool, taking up the reins from Daniel Holmes. Close now, closing in tight. It's Thomas Hill of Southport, Adam Jones, City of Manchester. Don't know where he's finding it from. Preston swimmer Daniel Holmes is finding something, and he's kicking hard and kicking strong, but he isn't going to be strong enough for Samuel Ellis, City of Liverpool. Lane number 6 going to come in here on a great time. Oh, just a PB there, just breaking the 4:30 through 4:29.10. He'll be very pleased with it with Sam Ellis. Great swim from him. Daniel Holmes put a good time in too. Thomas Hill finished in 3rd with Adam Jones 4th. Great swim as the last of the swimmers come in. Yeah, maybe they did start a bit early, but that was the last swimmer in. Birthday boy for tomorrow, Cameron Lamb. But everyone's now in. That was heat 11. Heat number 12.
through the first 50 is Zach Smith-Shelley, 29.06 from Ben Makin over in lane number 1. And Sam Taylor from City of Manchester. But it's all very, very even. Just maybe Daniel or Matthew just slightly off the pace, but everybody else is together. What is still? See you later, mate. So into the 150. Still between Zach Smith-Shelley, Sam Taylor, just pulled up now onto the shoulder of Sam, with Ben out in lane number 1, having the lonely swim out there on the far side, having to keep his eye on our centre lanes. He's not far behind. In fact, I would say that probably all three swimmers are virtually together and go through this turn at halfway. Oh, within about a second of each other. And then we've got 3 swimmers. Lane 3, Christopher Lockett. Lane 6 is Christopher Minro from Blackpool. And 7 is Max Adams. Those 3 are together. Could we have the women's 50 butterfly finalists down to marshalling, please? So the ladies that are in the 50 butterfly final, if they could go down through to marshalling, that'd be very much appreciated. So as we come into the 300 metres, it's still Ben Makin from Sam Taylor, as Zach has just faded slightly, with lane 7's Max Adams from the City of Salford coming through in that 3rd place. And he looks as though he's having a very, very good second half of this race. He's pulling up onto the shoulder of Sam Taylor. As we come down to 350, it looks as though it might be Ben Makin. It is Ben that turns first from Sam Taylor. And then Max Adams. And as the other swimmers seem to feel the earlier pace, Ben has managed to pace this race to perfection and come away with at least a 4-metre lead into a win. 4:27.24 from Max Adams, 4:29.67 from Sam Taylor, just fading towards the end there, but still a very, very respectable time. Wait for the confirmation of the results. And there we have it as we move on to Heat 13.
So heat 13 underway. Carnforth's Robin Austin in lane 1. Pioneer 79 swimmer in 2 is Jack Hardman. Benjamin Havers Strong, Burnley Bobcats in 3. Swimming for Bolton Metro in 4 and turning first after 50 and 29.14 is Jack Morris. Harry Brothwood, Blackpool Aquatics in lane number 5. Swimming for Liverpool in 6 is Ellis Cleworth. Finlay Jones Wright of Fleetwood in 7. And Thomas McCarthy representing City of Salford, swimming on this near side, lane number 8. Usual spearhead formation, looking very, very nice and pretty in the pool. Jack Morris turns first, 101.32 on the 100 metres for Bolton Metro, followed by Benjamin Havers Strong, Harry Brothwood, Jack Hardman and Ellis Cleworth. These swimmers swimming anything from 4.19 to 4.25. It's gone out quick at the beginning, Jack Morris on that first 150, but he's already now being pegged back by Bobcat swimmer Benjamin Havers Strong. They're now going stroke for stroke. He's under pressure on that side, on his left-hand side as he's swimming now, but on his right-hand side, if he has a good look, he's got Harry Brothwood of Blackpool Aquatics. So lanes 3 and 4, Benjamin and Jack, they turn simultaneously. Benjamin just slightly ahead with Harry Rowbotham. Jack Hardman in 2 for Pioneer 79. Turns in 4th with Ellis Cleworth of City Liverpool still in 5th place currently. But in a line now, we've got, just leading out, we've got Benjamin Havers Strong, Jack Morris, Harry Brothwood. Jack Hardman just keeping in contention with Ellis Cleworth. Not out of the woods yet either. Finlay Jones Wright, Fleetwood and Thomas McCarthy of Salford in 7 and 8. Just off base slightly, Carnforth's Robin Austin over though in lane number 1 at the moment. Yeah, all changed now. Just gone out too fast at the moment, it looks like, for Jack Morris. Bolton Metro in lane 4. He's now dropping right off the pace. Still out in front, Benjamin Havers Strong, lane number 3. From Harry Brothwood in 2. Jack Hardman in lane number 2's 3rd. It's a tough race, this one, the 400 free at the Aquatics. This is county championships level. It's make or break, do or die. It's neck and neck now between Bobcats and Blackpool. Benjamin Havers Strong, Harry Brothwood, nothing much between them, but check out lane 6. Ellis Cleworth has put a blinder in. He's sat pretty for 200. This second 200, he's storming through here. I think he might end up taking this. He's looking the strongest in lane 6, City Liverpool. He might not just quite have it, but he could. Ooh, it's going to be tight. He might not quite get there. Benjamin Havers Strong from Ellis Cleworth, Harry Brothwood in 3rd. Jack Hardman comes in 4th place with Finlay Jones Wright in 5th. That was heat 13, very, very tight, very good race there. Heat 14, the penultimate heat.
down this first 50. And James Parker from Preston, 28.54 out in lane 1. And gets the turn, but everybody's very equal right the way across the pool. Just looks as though we've got lane 4 and lane 5, Ewan Wilson and Aaron Bostock, lane 4. Probably just got the edge. Aaron swimming for Pioneer 79. Former Bolton Metro swimmer. Bolton Metro have had a very, very good weekend. If you look at the team points, they're actually quite well up in the standings. They've done really, really well, had some really good swimmers. We're over in, like I say, we're over in lane number 1. We've got James Parker from Preston, Benjamin Winterburn from Carnforth in 2, Alexander Axford, City of Manchester in 3, Aaron Bostock, Pioneer 79 in 4, Ewan Wilson, City of Salford in 5, Ben Smith, City of Manchester in 6, Ben Turland, Pioneer 79 in 7, and Bradley Astles from Preston down here in lane number 8. And as we come down to halfway, it's Ewan Wilson, 2:05. Let's see who paced it well on the first 200 and who's got a little bit left in the tank for this second 200. And still out in front is Ewan Wilson from Aaron Bostock. And over on the far side in lanes 2 and 3, Ben Winterburn and Alexander Axford. Looking as though they're 3rd and 4th. Bradley Astles, Preston in 5. He's having a good swim down here in lane number 8. I should be biased, seeing as he's my son. If he gets somewhere near his PB, I'll be quite happy. And he's doing all right. He's doing all right. And so through 300, still Ewan Wilson having a phenomenal swim. I'm not going to shout for him. That would be bias. And he's still pacing well. Having a good second half. It's paced it well. That's Ewan Wilson has now probably got about a 2 or 3 metre lead now over Aaron. And there's somebody just turned up next to us that's got an ice cream cone, and it looks very, very nice. As we're down into the last 50, into the final 25, Ewan Wilson going like a train, 3:42 at the turn. It's coming down. We'll be somewhere around about 4:15. 4:14.04 from Aaron Bostock. Who's going to get the 3rd place? It looks as though it might be Alex. It is, it's Alexander Axford. From Ben Winterburn and then Bradley Astles. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our final heat of the day. Heat 15.
So we've got a couple of shout-outs for the finalists, for the girls in particular, and the 50 metres butterfly. Got one on Twitter from Mark Eccles. Good luck to Georgia Eccles in the finals in the 50 fly. Should be sat there now in Marshland, getting herself ready. Another one as well for Hannah Morris. She's in the 11-year-old 50-metre final, and that's from Abbey. So good luck to you, Hannah, in the 50 fly final. 11-year-old Abbey's giving you a shout out for that. So we're coming up to, we are coming up to 100 metres of this last heat, heat 15 of the 400 metres freestyle county championships, Lancashire County Championships, that be, here in Manchester. Turning first at the moment, City of Manchester's Declan Hall from Matthew George of Salford, Harley Benji's Wigan Best, Scott Proven, he's representing Salford, Bailey Hairsign of Manchester swimming in lane number 1 with Jared Armstrong also of Manchester in lane 6 and James Cross in lane number 8. Nice controlled strokes there in lane number 5. That's Matthew George, City of Salford. He's going to turn first at 200 metres, 2:01.55. From Wigan Best, Harley Benji's with, in third place, Declan Hall, City of Manchester. Scott Proven from Jared Armstrong, Bailey Harsine and James Cross. $125 metres to go now, and it's still Matthew George now, but he's now being put under pressure from Wigan Best, Harley Benji's in lane 4, and Scott Proven, who's coming through in 6. Just dropping off the pace a little bit now, Manchester City of Manchester aquatic swimmer Declan Hall with Jared Armstrong in lane number 7 in 5th place, but it is still out in front with 100 metres to go. From the City of Salford in lane 5, it's Matthew George. Kicking strong in lane 4 for Wigan Best, it's Harley Benji's, but there as well is Scott Proven, also as Salford in lane 6. This is your 1, 2, 3. We got a couple of times on paper below the 4-minute mark, so let's see what they can do. They got just over 20 seconds though to get this 50 metres. It's not going to happen today. But still looking strong here, County Championships at Manchester Aquatics, the Lancashires. It's Matthew George leading in this heat from Harley Benji's of Wigan Best and Scott Proven. Matthew George from Harley Benji's and Scott Proven, your 1, 2, 3. So that concludes the heats here today. All we need now are our finals. So our it looks like the girls are coming out for these finals, and this will be the final of the butterfly, 50-metre butterfly, and there they are. Names are there on the board, luckily for us. We do have a heat. Thank you. Just waiting for the boys to exit the pool and then the girls to be ready. This is the final of the women's 10 and 11-year-old 50-metre butterfly. And this is it, they're away here. So we've got Georgia Eccles, Lauren Cusick, Hannah Morris, Lisa Bargazzi, Isabel Evans, Madison Renz, Nicole Lomas and Millie Webber, all swimming here for the Lancashire County Championship. This is for your champion. This is the 50-metre butterfly, 10 and 11-year-old. I know Abby's going to be shouting out for her friend there. That's Hannah Morris in lane number 3, but who is going to get that touch? It looks like it's lane 4. It could be Lisa Bargazzi of Bolton Metro, 33.81. It looks like it is from Isabella Evans and then Hannah Morris. Good shout out, Abby. Let's wait for the final results to be posted before we move on to the next final. There they are. Congratulations, your county champion, Lisa Bargazzi, Bolton Metro, in a time of 33.81.
So we move on to our next final, which is for the women's 12 years 50 metres butterfly final. As we get underway in lane number 1, we've got Natalia Bonfield from City of Salford, Eleanor Kay from Bolton Metro in 2, Jessica Pennyfold from Southport in 3, Eve Pendlebury from City of Salford in 4, Sienna Renz from Crosby in 5, Amy Crompton-Hesford from Wigan Best in 6, Ella Bloxage from City of Salford in 7, and Hannah Canty from Southport in lane number 8. But it looks as though it's our lane number 4 again, and could take it Eve Pendlebury. It was Jessica Pennyfold in lane number 3 from Eleanor Kay and Eve Pendlebury. I wait for the confirmation of the result, and there we have it. As we move on to our next event, which is event 606, the women's 13 years 50 metres butterfly final.
So this for your county champion from Ormskirk in 1 is Ella Prescott, Sophie Jones of Southport, Lucy Turner Bobcats, Wigan Best Jessica Williamson, Hattie Varley of Bobcats, Salford's Ruby McFarlane, Ella Falkinger of Southport and Georgia Bott, also a Wigan Best. Oh, there's anything to call from it. Looking strong, it looks like it's lane 2, Sophie Jones, Southport. She looks like she might have over the edge here from lane 1, Ella Prescott. Jessica Williamson, Wigan Best, put in a fight, but who's going to get the touch first? And it's Sophie Jones in a time of 31.07 from representing Southport, from Jessica Williamson of Wigan Best and Ella Prescott of Ormskirk. Just going to wait for their confirmation. There's your result. Congratulations, Sophie Jones of Southport, your county champion. Moving on to the next final, which will be event 607, the women's 14 years 50 metres butterfly.
In lane number 1, we've got Bailey Siri Kelly from Pioneer 79, Lois Keys from City of Liverpool. In 2, Emma Haynes from Wigan Best. In 3, Ciara Tomasello from City of Manchester. In 4, Meadow Dronsfield from City of Manchester. In 5, Rebecca Walsh from City of Salford. In 6, Ella Williams, Pioneer 79. In 7, and Jasmine Stockton from City of Manchester in lane number 8. But it looks as though it's Ciara Tomasello from the City of Manchester from Meadow Brunsfield and Emma Haynes. Well, they look as though they're the 1, 2, 3. We'll wait for the confirmation of the results. And there we have the confirmation as we move on to our next event, which is event 608, the women's 15 years, 50 metres butterfly final.
Away we go for the 50 butterfly final. 15 years. Lucia Hearn Worsley, Lily Duckworth, Pioneer 79, Crosby, Charlotte Wrens, pair of Wigan best swimmers, Mia Greenoff and Isabel Williamson, Kimberlyn Burston, Oldham Aquatics, Kate Forster of Southport and Rosie Forster of Bottle Metro. Nothing between any of these 8. I can't put a figure on the moment. In the middle, got Mia Greenoff and Kate Isabella Williamson. Wigan best. Are they going to get the touch ahead of lane 3? That's Charlotte Wrens of Crosby. Can't tell at the moment. Mia Greenoff, Wigan best. Touches from Isabella Williamson, also of Wigan best. And Charlotte Wrens from Crosby gets the touch in 3rd. There's the confirmation of the result. Congratulations to Mia Greenoff of Wigan best. Moving on swiftly to event 609. It's the women's 16 years 50 metre butterfly final.
And over in lane 1, and we've got Elizabeth Wather from Preston, Lucy Cook from Flixton in 2, Emma Hodgson from Isle of Man in 3, and her teammate Olivia Marshall in lane number 4, Lizzie Woodcock from Preston in 5, Holly White from Everton in 6, Jodie Gittins from Wigan Best in 7, and Abigail Harrop from Bolton Metro in lane number 8. And as we come down into the last 5 metres, it looks as though it's going to be Olivia Marshall from the Isle of Man, 28.82. From Lizzie Woodcock and Holly White. And they were the 1, 2, 3. And we'll see if we get the confirmation of that result. And there is the confirmation as we move on to our next final, which is event 610, the women's 17 years and over, 50 metres butterfly final.
Just breaking the water though in lane 5, that's Chantel Austin, but she's being pressed already by Jessica Calderback, Oldham Aquatics, and looking strong there in lane 4. That's the one to beat, Jessica Calderback, Oldham Aquatics. She's absolutely storming away from Emma Jones, Ella Johnson, Martha Smith, Neve Wolger, Emily Lawrence and Emily Keys, and look at that, going to have clear daylight almost. 28.36, it was never in doubt. Oldham Aquatics, Jessica Calderback from Chantel Austin with Emily Keys touching in 3rd. There's your result. Congratulations to Jessica Calderback, your 17 and over 50 metre butterfly county champion. Moving swiftly on to the next final, it's event 611. It's the men's 6, 10 and 11 years 100 metre breaststroke final.
So as we go off down this first 50, in the first final of the men's 10 and 11 years 100 metres breaststroke. In lane number 1 we've got Panagiotis Angelakis from the Isle of Man. Jack Duff from Southport in lane number 2. Eric Inman from Preston. He's in lane number 3. Finley Pope from Bolton Metro in 4. Harvey Kinnear from Preston in lane number 5. Alex Blackburn from Everton in lane number 6. Oliver Crooks from Bolton Metro in lane number 7, and Dylan Foster from Southport in lane number 8. But it's Harvey Kinnear who turned first from Finley Pope in Bolton Metro. But as we come down into the final 25, these two are going stroke for stroke. And it looks as though Finley has just upped his stroke rate. As we come into this last 15 metres, Harvey still pushing out in front, and it looks as though he's going to get the touch. He does. 129.74 from Finley Pope, 130.37. And Eric Inman, also from Preston, finishing in third in 135.73. Preston 1 and 3. And we'll just wait for the confirmation of that result. We've still not confirmed this result. Steward's inquiry when they go to, in horse racing.
Must be. Shouldn't be too long now, and then we should be ready for the next final. Just wait for that result to come through. The next final will be 6:12. It's the men's 12 years 100 metres breaststroke final for your Lancashire County Champion 2018.
We have confirmation of the results for the boys 10 and 11 years 100 metres breaststroke final. We move on now to our next event, event 612, which is the boys 12 years 100 metres breaststroke final.
So we're underway on the 100 metres breaststroke final, the 12-year-old, and we have Joshua Walker from City of Manchester in lane 1, Daniel Canavan of Aquabears in 2, Blackburn's Ethan Coleman sitting in 3. Swimming for Southport in lane 4, it's Robbie Bishop. Harrison Knight of Ormskirk is in lane 5, and Matthew Charlesworth of Garstang in 6. All the way from the Isle of Man in 7, it's Leonardo Defort with Maxwell Sturziker of Blackpool Aquatics in lane number 8. But at the moment, with halfway gone, it's Daniel Canavan of Aquabears leading this race, leading this final from Robbie Bishop of Southport. Harrison Knight's in 3rd place with Matthew Charlesworth. Not a lot between them all to swim for at the moment, but Daniel Canavan in lane 2 is now being put under pressure. Check out Robbie Bishop from Southport in that middle lane, but he too now has been overtaken by Harrison Knight of Ormskirk, come from 3rd to 1st in 25 metres, put a storming leg in there. It's Harrison Knight of Ormskirk from Robbie Bishop now, Trying to get back in contention on that far side from Aquabears is Daniel Canavan, but he looks like he can spot that touch right. Lane number 5 from Ormskirk, Harrison Knight, 1:26.31 from Robbie Bishop. Just pipped out there into third place, Daniel Canavan. Great swim from those three. We'll just wait for confirmation of the results. There you go. Congratulations goes to your county champion, Harrison Knight, Ormskirk. Well done, Harrison. Moving swiftly on now to event 613. It's the men's 13 years, 100 metres breaststroke final.
As we go through the first 25, it looks as though it's Ruben Robotham Keating here in lane number 6 that probably just has the slight edge over Lewis Crosby from Stretford and Caleb Griffiths from Crosby. There's 4, 5 and 6. It's Lewis that actually turns first. It's very, very even. Ruben had a good turn off the wall. He's just out, probably got an arm's length lead as we come into this final 25. And as we're into the last 15, he's managed to maintain this stroke. It's going to be touch and go. Into the last 5, it is Ruben Robotham Keating. He's going to take first, but who's going to take second? 0.04 of a second between Caleb Griffiths from Crosby and it's almost like word association, isn't it?
It's been a long day. It's a long day.
it would have that. And there we have the confirmation of that result. As we move on to our next event, 614, which is for the men's 14 years, 100 metres breaststroke final.
Here we go for your 14-year-old 100-metre breaststroke final for your Lancashire County Championships here at the Manchester Aquatics. In lane number 1, representing City of Liverpool, it's Ellis Clearworth. Aquabears Bailey Boyd Orst. In lane number 2, Nathan Holmes of fantastic 15 metres there, and is now neck and neck, nothing between them. It's these two now for first and second. Third place is anybody's. It could be lane 2. That's Bailey Boyd. Always looks different, but he's being put under pressure by Ellis Clearworth. But who's going to get the touch for the gold? Who's going to be your county champion? And it is Toby Ranson, City of Manchester, 1:11.35 from Jake Reynolds, and a phenomenal swim on that far side. Ellis Clearworth taking the bronze. We'll just wait for those confirmation of those results. There they go, and congratulations, Toby Ransom, you are the 2018 county champion. Congratulations. The next final is event 615. It's the men's 15 years, 100 metres.
this 15 years, sorry. 100-metre breaststroke. Lane 1, One-Eyed Sam from City of Manchester. 2 is Joseph Burns from Prescott. 3, Adam Jones from City of Manchester. 4, William Nengu from Bolton Metro. 5, Benjamin Havers Strong from Burnley Bobcats. 6, Joshua Morrison, Liverpool Penguins. 7, Christopher Walker, City of Manchester. And 8, Mason Galley from Southport. Well, it's lane 4 of William Nengu from Bolton Metro, who's got about a metre, 2 metres now. Very, very strong breaststroke. Out in front from Benjamin Havers Strong in our lane 5. And then it's going to be touch and go who's going to get this 3rd place. But it is William Nengu from Benjamin Havers Strong and probably Joshua Morrison. It is. And that was the 1, 2, 3. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our next final, which is event 616, the men's 16 years 100 metres breaststroke final.
So we have in this final Bradley Lowry of City of Manchester in 1. Then in lanes 2, 3 and 4, all Salford swimmers, Luke Hoey, Luke Adams and Ben McAvoy. Dakota Ravatali of Burnley Bobcats in 5. Preston's Jack Howard in 6. Pioneer 79 swimmer Benjamin Macon swims in lane 7. And representing the Isle of Man in lane number 8 is Lewis Peake. 100 metres breaststroke, 50 metres, let's see on the turn, and it is Dakota Ravatali, Burnley Bobcats, 32.97, who's turned first from Jack Howard of Preston. Salford's Ben McAvoy in lane number 4 has turned 3rd from his teammate Luke Hoey. But still out in front in lane 5, it's the Bobcat swimmer. He's the one to chase. That's Dakota Ravatali. In lane number 5, I don't think he's going to be caught. Salford now, Ben McAvoy, he's trying and he's going to come through into 2nd. Just losing a bit of ground is Preston's Jack Howard. Can he hold on for 3rd? But it looks like it's Dakota Ravatali, Burnley Bobcats. He's gliding in. 1:10 for Dakota. Ben McAvoy takes the silver with Jack Howard touching for 3rd place. We'll wait for those results to be published on the board opposite just to make sure, and it looks like, yes it is, it's Dakota Ravatali, Burnley Bobcats, 1:10.10. He is your 2018 county champion. Moving on to the final swim of the day. This is event 617. It's the men's 17 and over 100 metre breaststroke final.
And if we go in this men's 17 years and over 100 metres breaststroke final, on paper, Robert Cowley, lane 4 from the City of Manchester, had a blistering heat. He's doing a 1:04.87. He's leading again, but he's not having all his own weight. Next to him, Kenan Young from Preston. Jack O'Brien, City of Manchester. It's Joseph Murray in second place, Pioneer 79 and 3091. As we come down through 75 metres, it is still Robert Cowley from the City of Manchester. And as we come down into the last 5 metres, it's going to be Robert Cowley, but then very, very, very close for his second place, Jack O'Brien, Samuel Goldrick. It's a City of Manchester 1, 2 and 3. And there we have the confirmation of that results. And that brings us to the end of this weekend's swimming. I'd like to thank everybody, the people who have organised it, and our team of officials who have sat all day timing and judging our starter, the referees.